Hello and welcome to the 11th episode of Humanity First. We are going to proceed here. In this episode we are going to see what the alien invasion fleet will do. We have alien armies here. We do have some of them stuck up in Switzerland here. Not sure what they are doing there, but eventually they will break out when they can get an agreement with the Protectorate, which they still like. But yeah. So meanwhile, we are going to still prepare stuff. We abandoned the plans to take over China temporarily. I think we're going to keep pushing public opinion here, so destabilize it from there. But we're not going to go aggressively after it. However, what we need to do, and which I actually screwed up, is we need arrival security as a global technology to get the mission control quests, or rather technologies and projects unlocked, which I really didn't know and I forgot. So we have to push ultra capacitors here to then get aliens arrival security. I never thought that would be important, but we don't have this one. That will allow us to actually get the project which allows us to have more mission control without going to war. And I think the other one, and that one I know, is fleet logistics, something like this, where we still need to do improved shipbuilding techniques, which would have been our next one to get the adamantine armors here, when the technology ultra capacitors would have been done. So but we need to do now arrival security, and then we go into the shipbuilding technology. But yeah, this is a mistake that is slowing us down significantly. We could have gotten some more bases and stations up, but well, yeah. Also, we are going to get bombarded by the servants anyway, but yeah, it's nothing we can change right now. So we are going to, well, suffer through this, let's call it like this. We should check, we do have material science here and military science. Okay, so that's what we want to rebuild here. And yeah, that's pretty much probably all we do. And we wait, because we still want to take up further, get a decent fusion drive going, for which we need the magnetic nozzles, which is behind this one. And then we are good to go to start making fleet. The question is where, though. Yeah. So that's going to be the question probably for the next episode. For now, we continue with 18k science. It's really good. And let's push through the tech tree to something useful. Okay. I didn't progress far and disaster has struck. So the aliens, not the aliens, the servants have completely bombed me from Mars. And yeah, apparently they just didn't care, they just continued. And the reality is actually that the servant has almost completely taken over Mars, which is a problem. So this is really unfortunate. We have been way too nice or laid back here with the Earth science approach. This is costing us dearly now because we don't have proper incomes now. What I did now is I sent out bases, tier 1 bases, to diverse round of asteroids here. These are all pretty bad though, compared to Mars stuff. Well, it's not bad necessarily, but I think they are equal to those ones here. So, but they are of course on asteroids and not centralized. But these will take like a year until they arrive. 8th of March. Actually, what I should also upgrade the outpost core immediately to, so that you, so this one for example finished on 7th of February, and if we immediately upgrade it here, and it's still 7th of February. Yeah, so we should also go through all of them and immediately upgrade him to settlement here to get something going there. But yeah, it means that we are basically 1.5 years without proper mining income, which is very, very bad now. And also we lost of course all the science bonuses. So what I did also is I used my emergency station here to build some modules and also upgrade to solar farms here, some of them. And I also upgraded my science station here on the one asteroid that we got to energy 1 material, so that we got something there. But yeah, now I have to make sure that we somehow get science going again in the Earth orbit, and we also have to get a few ships out now pretty soonish. We got the kinetics done. Yeah, I have to see what we can actually pull off. Alternatively, just stick to the layered defense arrays and maybe battle stations if we can afford it. But yeah, this is very, very, very unfortunate now. But we can still squeeze 2 stations in here. We can also still upgrade these ones here. So we currently now like this, and then we could build something here. I have to go through our stations that we currently got, what we actually would need here. So that's something I can do now, and yeah, it's rough. This is really rough now because we are super far behind, and the aliens are streaming ships towards Earth. I'm not sure if we can actually win this, but it will be a very tough fight eventually. Okay, we finished arrival security, and immediately we get a strategic deception available, which is one of the mission control projects, and probably also get one of the other. I'm not sure. I think this is the first one actually. So the next one will be behind fleet logistics, which gets unlocked after this one. So now we actually switch into this strategic deception project. Also, Kill the Hive is actually available now, so we are going to do this. And listening post. That's new. Oh, bonus to investment into oppression. There's one detecting enemy counselors. It also gives social science and ops. Interesting. Do we want to... Do we want to do both at the same time? Actually, no. What else do we want to do? We want to get the public campaign bonus here. I was looking for this one, but I didn't find it, apparently. And also, I want this one because the servants are also trying to sabotage our mission control. So meanwhile, I have restructured some of the science modules, which some of them will go up within 60 days, so that's decent. But of course, mining will be shut out for at least 2 years, more or less. And with that, we are just pushing forward here. And hopefully the strategic deception will help us a bit, because we can then colonize more asteroids. Maybe that's the solution for our problem here currently. Okay, our problems continue, and now the Protectorate is aiming for our emergency station, which I maybe made a mistake there, because I upgraded 2 of the layered defense arrays into battle station and they are not complete yet. So I guess they decided, okay, now that's our chance. So we're going to observe what's going to happen here, because we can't influence the result anyway, and we only had 4 layered defense arrays here left. Yeah, maybe that was greedy and a mistake, but actually I'm running from mistake to mistake, so that's great, right? Question is, what will they fire? Some kind of coil gun by the looks of it, but that shouldn't be a problem for the moment. We do have coil guns level 2 though, which I hopefully are equipped on my... somehow see this. But there's our coil guns apparently. That's good. Can we hit them please? Ah, wait. Apparently we are not getting through the... Oh no. They get through our screen though. That's annoying. So they will... that means that I'm going to lose that station, actually. Okay, my main ship has weird up there. Yeah, we're not getting through here. That's the problem. And now they are in range with their miniguns, and now we are going to lose that station. Oh boy! This is going downhill so quickly. We're not even touching one of their ships. I assume... I'm thinking about what we could have made different here. This was a lot of resources that we are going to lose here again. Because that's a tier 3 station with a lot of upgrades. There goes emergency. Oh, so bad.
The LC is secure.
This is so bad. Oh no, no! It's going downhill so quickly. Yeah. How much do we have here? I think it's only 2-layer defense arrays actually. Yep. So I'm just going to press auto resolve here, and yeah, they won. Yeah, now they're taking out my new station here. Okay, so we're losing Earth as well. Great. Okay, that's all of Earth science as well. Ooh, I never had that before. So what do we do now? What do we do now? I'm not sure. I didn't expect to lose my emergency station like this. I think we are going to wait a few months before we try to get the station up again. Because... I mean, This is a problem. Yeah, we're going to continue, and I'm thinking about what we can do here to recover from this. Okay, I have pushed to January 2083 because nothing was possible around Earth or Mars. So we have been beaten out of space more or less, except for our asteroids, which are arriving now in 2083. One already has arrived, currently going into upgrades and military science research centers so that we get some science again, and then the others will follow shortly. What also happened in between is that I got my hands on Osiris metals here, which is minus 10 boost income, but we get 10% space mining output bonus. So these orcs have been changed massively in this new version, and we do need more boost pretty soon. Which brings me to my next thing. So I have decided what we are going to do. And actually we are going to prepare a fleet. Or rather we are going to prepare to go into space. Which means I have decided that we are going to do the phased array lasers now. And I also go for the ultraviolet combat lasers, which will open up the projects for the phased array lasers. So that we can put them on our ship. And also fleet logistics is running, which will open up the path to Titanics or Titans. And this, however, is not the priority right now, but fleet logistics will also open up the third project for mission control, which we already did. And also now, more importantly, there is the inertial confinement fusion reactor 3, which is running now. And why is that important? Well, the fusion reactor 3 will allow the Hellion Nova Lantern. And this one has already 500 kps exhaust velocity, 1.9 million newtons of thrust. So this will be enough to move us around Earth and Moon and have a pretty solid defense force there, if we wanted to. And therefore that's going to be our first goal, that we get like 3 or 4 ships out, maybe even Titans, that we can then use to remove the Protectorate and servants from Earth and later maybe from Mars. But that's of course in a long term now. So because the inertial confinement fusion reactor 4 will already require as the anionic fusion here, which is another 75,000 tech, and it will also require the advanced hydrogen containment, which is 20,000 tech, which I don't want to invest currently. So that's why I didn't want to do this right now. And so we have reached a point where we probably are pretty safe for the moment. It's a fusion thermal, inertial confinement fusion thermal. Yeah, this should be fine. So we can upgrade the tech path up there from the Hellion torch when we have used it. So this is perfectly fine long term. So we have an upgradable engine path. What I already did in between is the diamedoids and therefore the armor from this. So we can actually, I started designing ships here. So we already have, yes, we can upgrade here. So we do have the adamantine armor now available and can actually remove all of the others. So that's going to be our main armor set now. I mean, we are going high tech immediately. ECM is level 2 still. We don't have 3 yet. The laser engine is there. Targeting computer 3 is there. Marine assault unit is not necessary. We still need a better heatsink. Or maybe that's okay though. The potassium one. Right. What else do we have? I mean, it doesn't really make a big difference here. Except for what is used in metals, we do have a little bit more. Here's the confinement reactor, and we do not have a drive. This is still a rocket, so this is what needs to be changed eventually. And of course, we also need the... You're going to need a ship with a flag bridge. Not sure which one it will be. And the long-term design will be that we have one ship with a frontal coil gun and a few with a frontal phaser. And then the big question is what will be on the hull and what kind of ship are we going to use. If we use battleships, we are going to have like 2-point defense and 2 maybe hull coil guns, maybe hull lasers, depending. Maybe we make a few ship classes with different setups. Not sure right now. Save it for the moment because it's just a placeholder. And so this one can go. Of course, right now it's way too expensive, but it is a rocket apparently. So not really useful. We have, however, reached 12 education now, which means that this one will slow down even further now. And so the gains that we make in education will be even slower, but however, we already have run the advisor through 20,000 science per month. So that's really good.
Lending my expertise.
Offering assistance.
There we go,
Making
20%.
contact.
The other thing I want to do in this, that's why I stopped here, is trying to maybe get something out of the initiative, because we do need Really? Wow. We want resources from them. Because I do have a lot of missiles and we lack them, but we are going to need some. So 100 I can take. 110 maybe? 120? There. 110. That's also doubling already our stuff. So we're going to trade with them here.
Kill whatever you want to, so long as you keep out of our affairs.
Sadly, that doesn't work anymore. Okay, do you even value this tech at all? Maybe we can put something else into it. And the idea is that we get a little bit of missiles going, because we are going to need a bit of missiles for our ships later, because the drive that we are aiming for here, the where are we here? The lantern will use a 1 missile per tank. So the use will not be massive because we are not going to use a lot of tanks early on. But we are going to need a few hundred of the missiles to have that available for our drive. So that's going to be something we aim for. Of course, if I recall correctly, we do have a little bit of missiles on our asteroids, which are going to get unlocked pretty soonish now. We can also wait for the next faction project here, so that we can also talk about that one. Meanwhile, however, we are still pushing science like crazy, because that's the only thing we can do.
With us.
Of course, we could do mission control, but I don't want to right now. We do have 76 available. I think that's okay for the moment. Oh, there we go. That's good. Perfect. So, now wait, it's this one. Okay. So we have mining ongoing again. This one is mining us 38 water, 45 metals, 9.4 nobles, and a little bit of missiles. Similar to this mine here. We can do it from here. So we do have a decent income of nobles and metals now. But of course, yes, science has to go online and the others we are still waiting for them. However, now my battle stations have finished. We can also see what they have now. They have a green arc laser battery, which are researched in between. They have a heavy coil gun battery MK3 now, which are also researched. They have an 8-inch gun battery still. What? Why do they have an 8-inch gun battery still? What did go wrong there? Why don't they use the coil gun? Okay, I have to research. Maybe I forgot a project somewhere. That would be interesting. So what I want to do is now I can now switch around here. So what we can do here now is I think we can remove these 3 here. So first of all, we add a farm, and then we are going to replace those ones here with actually a shipyard. So one. Wait a second. Let me do this a bit more smarter. Like this. So 3 shipyards here. And we can upgrade this one. How low can we go? We can still go quite low. So these can be upgraded. No, ooh, that's not good. So we do have. That should be fine though. And can we, if we deactivate? No, we can't shut down this one. Okay, but energy-wise, we should be fine for the future. Yes. And then we can still decide what to put here. Probably we need more shipyards. Let's make 5 here if we can. Yeah, energy-wise, that should be fine. So like this. It's going to be our shipyard. Our initial one, where we can make a fleet later. And now let's... Ooh, our deficit is skyrocketing now. So what we could do is invest into boost. And first of all, we have the faction quest now. So, with the invaders' weakness now exposed, we have a theoretical means of annihilating them. But we cannot very well individually dispense lethal cure to an unknown, perhaps effectively infinite number of Hydra in the distant lair. Thus, the second stage of this project has been focused not on the bioweapon itself, but on the delivery mechanism. One that can affect a maximum number of targets with a minimum of effort. This too has required a biological rather than a mere physical solution, and once again has involved discovering a way to turn the aliens' most potent weapons against them. We already had our assassin's bullet, but now we have the rifle from which to fire it. We can begin. So we got the Omega solution now.
The pieces are in place, Colonel. All units are awaiting your orders.
Most of our research on the Hydra ferrocide has focused on stopping or sabotaging them. A couple of teams though have been looking more thoroughly into how they work. Standard Hydra ferrocide communications are incredibly complex, with a lot of information we can't decode. However, there are certain building block ferrocides that function as basic imperatives, similar to human fight, flight, submit reaction. Tests on captive Hydra have confirmed that in sufficient quantity these ferrocides have an overwhelming effect on behavior. We have only been able to identify and reproduce 4 of these ferrocides so far, but one of them is one of our boys has taken to call the huddle ferrocide. It causes Hydra to congregate and share ferrocides as widely as possible. With a sufficiently strong dose, the Hydras they shared with will produce the same ferrocide in turn, causing to seek out other Hydras who will seek out other Hydras, and so on. Put it together with our anti-immune virus and we have got the 2 halves of our whole. A weapon that will kill every Hydra it comes in contact with, and a distribution system that guarantees it will spread as widely as possible. Once our virus was ready, we tested it on our captive. The huddle command obviously didn't do much, though the Hydra it did itself a fair bit of damage trying to follow the directive. Once the initial ferrocide dose wore off, it calmed down and seemed unaware of the infection. Dr. S estimated an initial incubation period of 46 hours, and he was right on the money as usual. I will admit, though, even I wasn't expecting how fast it progressed afterwards. There must be some sort of tipping point once enough of the leukocytes get compromised. 6 hours of increasingly erratic behavior followed by frenzy. We are not sure whether the Hydra actually went insane or whether the infection was just causing enough pain to make it seem that way. The noise and violence were bad enough that the guards wanted to finish it off. I overruled them on Dr. S's request, said he needed the data. It took 3.5 hours for it to die, and he stayed in the observation booth the whole time. From the way he acted, you would think he was watching a football game. After all that, building the delivery system was simple. Basic particulate bomb. The whole thing comes in under 30 kilos, easily under the mass limit. Now we just need to get it there. So we get it. Well, this is it. The delivery package for what our designers have named the Shiva virus is ready. Our focus will engage the alien at the base and provide cover while our counselors reach the wormhole, arm the bomb and send it through. We are expecting heavy casualties, but all that matters is delivering that weapon. Send it through at any cost. So we need the Omega solution on one of our agents. The aliens must not control more than 0% of Earth regions. Yeah, that's not fulfilled because they own Switzerland. So the pro-alien factions are not allowed to have more than 20% of Earth regions. So that's China, what we have to break eventually. And yeah. We can see here where the aliens have stations that we have to take out eventually. And as we can see, that's a lot. Yeah, a lot. But good. So we got this one out of the way. Now what do we need for our first ship? What we could do though right now, which might be a good idea, because we have to push up boost a bit, is do some of the boost project. They are really dirt cheap here, like aerospikes, scramjets and reusable rockets. And distributed launch system, that's like plus 100% bonus to boost. I think that's a good idea to invest into. So and then we can use some of the investment points that we get here in India to push boost up. I think that's a good idea. So we are going to see our mining bases go up again, and then let's see where we are with our income in like a few months. Okay, here we are in July 2083. Most of our science stations have slowly crept back into existence, although they are on the asteroid belt. We do still have a massive problem with volatiles though. I'm not sure how we can fix that. But we got an event now. And that's a superfood here. We can... This is for the initiative. We can get 1% GDP. Or we can actually get 2% GDP for 7 money. And it also inequality will almost go down by 0.1. So let's see what this will do. 2% is actually a lot. So we gain... Yeah, that's a lot. So that's pretty good. That will have an impact on science output as well, which is why I'm pushing economy currently. Which I'm going to do the civilian fusion reactors now. And yeah, this way we are pushing science further up now. We are still investing a little bit into boost. I want to get to at least 5 income. You should actually check if there is a new mining org available. Nope, doesn't look like it. And we can, however, sell some like these ones here. Omega solution is this one. Oh, we still have a 6%. Yeah, right. We still have this one available and this one, which we need to squeeze into our guys here. Here I want to remove Mark now. 500 influence. It's very expensive there, but it's fine. Yeah, we have to squeeze these two in. That's why we need boost desperately. Actually, we need 7 and not 5. So that's something we are aiming for. I had 2 bases on Sirius, at least I tried, and the aliens came and bombarded one of them out of existence, and the other one, I know that there is a fleet coming already, so we are not going to expand on this one either. And instead we are actually going to search for... We're going to search for an asteroid which has decent volatiles output. Can we... 48. Let's go here. So we want volatiles. This is old Titan. This one I marked green, so this should be reachable. Yes, we can reach this one. Where is that though? It's okay. I'm going to make an outpost here. What? Only 41? No. I picked something else. What? This one. An Onyx. Yes. Why can I not... What can I not pick it? Ah, how it works. That was weird. So 466 days until we reach this one. So we're going to set this one up as we like it, which will be 3 fusion piles and the mining here, and then we upgrade it from there. This should help a bit. This is actually a decent asteroid. Do we have something like this as well? Another one of those. So that's out. Veles. I don't think I marked this one, so that's not reachable yet. No, we can make orbital there, but this is nothing. Yeah, this is outer solar system. I'm not sure even why these are scouted currently, because something must have bugged out here in the experimental patch. So I'm not sure why they are even shown to me here. And Yeah, so we are already down here, and this one is also far out, yeah. So that we just got the best remaining for volatiles by chance. Yes, Veles. Veles should be inside, right? No, it's also... Veles. Fortuna. Oof. That's a total of 108. This one is a lot more. Ooh, this has a... Yeah, we can't get there though. If you were to set an orbital there, it would... What? Ah, that's Onig again. Yeah, I was saying we can't reach this one. It's a bit weird currently what's going on here. Okay. At least we got 2 more now. Ah no, Sirius will not survive, yeah. But our shipyard is done, by the way. 2 more battle stations are going up. And... yeah, and we are pretty nicely progressing towards our goal of having phased array lasers, ultraviolet combat lasers, and some other things here. So I'm going to do one more jump, because then in the next episode we can actually look into fleets and things like that. And I think I need to do more boost again to get these mining orcs actually used. Okay, we have finished operational misdirection, which is the 3rd project, which gives us 25% mission control usage here. So initially 50 mission control on brutal difficulty gets you into war with the aliens. And now each project gives you 25% more leeway, which means we do have now around 80 that we can do without incurring any kind of penalties here. So that's good. Lithium spray radiator sounds like a bad idea. So the next questions are now, what do we do? And phaser green. No, not the green phaser cannon. We want the ultraviolet phaser cannon. And we want the point defense first, yes. So, we have the Helion Nova Lantern almost done now. We need the phaser batteries now, and we already have the coil guns. Which means that afterwards we would have a finished ship. Now, what else do we want to maybe do? We want to finish those things, of course. What I'm looking at currently is when our volatile situation is fixed, I bought some from the academy, we could make a ship which we are going to send to Mercury, so that we claim all 8 sites here for us for mining. And we're going to have volatile problems afterwards again, but I don't mind. These would probably solve our resource shortages for a long time, so we could do this. We could just go here. And so we would need a fleet which could colonize Mercury. And I'm going to investigate that in between episodes, what we could do here with the Helion. Oh no, we can do it the next episode when the Helion is unlocked. But basically the idea here is that we maybe make a ship design. So a new ship, I don't know, something with a lot of utility modules like a frigate or a corvette. I do like the frigate though. On the other hand, that has 3 weapon slots that we don't need. So maybe the gunship. And then the gunship could get the fusion outpost kits. So, for example, like this. And then we just boost it down there. We send it down there as quickly as possible. So it would be something like inner system. So not a platform like this. We can still remove this one, and of course the costs are wrong because we still don't have a drive. But with that we could we could remove the armor. We just wanted to get to Mercury as fast as possible. And we could actually, let's Mercury colonizer on next episode. And then we boost it down there and take these colonies for ourselves before anyone else arrives there. The main problem is that we don't have a defense fleet then. But I would lean towards doing one battle station per base. Maybe that would work out. Maybe. Wait, what is that? Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, so that might be an option that we could do. What, the shipyard has still problems? Energy problems? Why? Something not work out as I Okay, I miscalculated something. But we still need the agriculture complex. Actually, we should research, find out where the agriculture complex is. Poultry. Agriculture complex, because that's still missing. Designer life forms. Oh, that's nothing I want to do there. But on the other hand, it also opens up the microbio drills, which produce us volatiles. So yeah, maybe we invest the next global slots to get in this direction, so that we have the agriculture complexes available. I mean, we are doing some things which we should have done earlier already. Like going for Accelerando, for example, and Mind to Machine. Getting these things unlocked here. But we are fine. I think we are pretty much fine here. At least science-wise. Not sure if we ever get off Earth here. Okay, so now we could therefore make these ships, and then we could do the global projects to get to Mercury. It would be possible. Actually, we can also use our influence again. Invest a bit into funding here, which is going to give us a little bit of additional cash. And meanwhile, we are pushing GDP up, we are pushing science continuously, but also we are pushing boost. Because we still hope that we can get some kind of mining orc. But I don't see any. Oh, no, there's one. 3%. Okay, so that's the one we want next. And you can go. We don't need welfare that much anymore. So every mining orc that we can get our hands on now are going to be considered. What also might be a thing that we want to do relatively soonish is a few runs of the commercial rocket company. Actually, let's try this out, what we get out of it. I already done it once, but I didn't check what we got out of it. So let's do this. Actually, let's not over-invest like crazy here. And you continue hunting plants.
Lending my expertise.
I will
And
help
we
them.
get some volatiles from...
Establishing
Ooh,
contact.
we don't have...
Your petty acts of violence are of no consequence.
Do you maybe like influence? What? not a fair trade. Maybe we can bribe them with money. Oh, they love money apparently. So, oh, that's nice. So we just got 1,000 here. And now we Protoss missiles in space. Let's see what we get out of this one. Actually, do we really want to do fusion reactors right now? Do we really want to? I also want to get this one done actually. So that we're a bit faster with removing plants. Now, what did we get here? Ah, next science station has come online. So, what did we get? Oh wow. I thought we get mining companies. No, we don't. So we just get terrible boost companies. Orcs. Wow. I was hoping for more. Well, I hope we will eventually get some mining somehow. I mean, we are positive now and we're making a decent amount for our future ships, but this will take a while. And of course, we are close to a good design, but the question is, what are we going to do with it? We also want to get to the project which reduces mission control from HAPS. But that's also a far away currently. But yeah, leave a like and subscribe and see you in the next episode.